Welcome to the Small Business Minute. Today's topic is entrepreneurs in crisis. COVID-19 is creating utter chaos for many small business owners. Fear has taken hold of many owners as they wonder what's next. No one knows when or if they'll reopen. Most don't want to admit it out loud what they are secretly thinking: bankruptcy. It's just too difficult to fathom. Making any kind of decision while under duress is never a good idea. We're just not thinking clearly. This is especially true when your dream or lifelong work is about to evaporate in front of your eyes. COVID-19 has forced governments to mandate closure of all but essential services in many parts of the world. In turn, this has created panic amongst most entrepreneurs, and the reaction ranges from submission to lashing out at everyone. To be fair, this is a once-in-a-lifetime scenario. Much like a 100-year storm, most individuals and businesses are not prepared, and the aftermath will be disastrous for many. Not to be the bearer of bad news, but there's no cavalry coming. Sorry, governments can only do so much, and many small businesses will not qualify for many programs that are being unveiled. Many individuals think that the bank should automatically suspend all payments, but that's not going to happen. However, if your business was solid before COVID-19, you can probably get some short-term concessions. If your business was struggling beforehand, then don't hold out hope. Many landlords are small business owners themselves. They, like you, can't afford to offer much leniency. They too have mortgages and bills to pay. Unlike residential mortgages, commercial mortgages don't usually have a deferral option, so their payments must be made. So what's an entrepreneur to do? To state the obvious, batten down the hatches. But instead of just fretting away, it's time to get proactive and lay out a plan. Actually, it's time to lay out two plans. The first is based on your business starting up in 4 to 8 weeks, and the other is the worst-case scenario plan: business shutdown. Regardless of which way it goes, working on your plans will be a distraction from all the noise and give you something to do. Plan number 1, 4 to 8 weeks. Assuming you'll be able to restart, you'll need to put a game plan in place, so here's a primer on the things you'll need to think about. Number 1, call your landlord. If you haven't already, it's time to make that call and ask how you can work together. They may or may not be willing or able to offer any concessions, but you need to know. Don't assume, ask the question. Number 2, business most likely won't return to the pre-crisis levels, so how do you plan on managing it? How much staff do you need, short and long term? You need to let your employees know your thoughts. Number 3, how are you going to get your customers back? My suggestion is to call them and let them know you're planning to restart as soon as you're able. An alternative is to email them, but it's far less personal. Number 4, depending on your business, do you have to do a thorough sanitizing? Number 5, do you have product that expires? What's your plan on disposing of it? Number 6, do you have receivables? How do you plan on collecting these? Are you prepared to offer the same concessions you're looking for from your suppliers? Number 7, call your suppliers. Has your status changed with them? If you've had credit with them, is it still available? This is important to know. If you no longer have credit available, how do you plan on getting your supplies? Number 8, make a regular habit of checking in on your place of business. Some leases and insurance policies have clauses stating that you must check the premises regularly. Plan number 2, business shutdown. This is not fun, but you need to be prepared if this becomes the inevitable. Planning a measured shutdown is far better than doing nothing and just letting things happen. As soul-destroying as this can be, there's an old adage that says, if you find yourself in a hole, quit digging. If shutting the business down is your only option, it's best to initiate it sooner rather than later to stop the financial bleeding. Now is the time to get your head around this potential outcome so that you are in control. The following steps should get you started in the event a windup is necessary. Number 1, contact your lawyer and discuss the situation. Find out what needs to be done to close a business and the cost to do so. Get their input and direction on how to handle your suppliers, including your landlord. Number 2, contact your accountant. Ask them what your liability is regarding taxes owed and their role in the business windup. Number 3, make a list of all your payables. This includes absolutely everything. Number 4, make a list of any receivables you have and you plan on collecting these. The more you collect, the less you'll end up owing. Number 5, list all your inventory and contact your suppliers to see if you can return any unused product. Otherwise, develop a plan to liquidate. Number 6, list all your business assets, i.e. equipment, etc. These can be sold. Just remember that their value will be significantly less than what you paid or what you think they're worth, as many other businesses will be liquidating at the same time. Number 7, contact other creditors to determine what you owe them. Some will be willing to negotiate a lesser amount or some form of payment plan. Number 8, make sure you complete all the necessary paperwork for laying off your staff if you haven't done so yet. Regardless of your experience or your years in business, no one could have foreseen what has gripped the world economies as a result of COVID-19. Most recessions and depressions come upon gradually over time and give people the time to adjust their course in order to weather the storm. But not this time. It was immediate and without warning. What you do next matters. How you do it also matters. So by putting your plans in place now, you'll be prepared, in control, and be able to live to fight another day. I'm Greg Weatherden, and this has been your Small Business Minute.